Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, The Powerhouse Ideas. Like every week, I make 7 bullish stocks videos, means 7 stocks I cover in one video on the weekend. I have been doing this from the last 4 weeks continuously. Every weekend on Friday or Saturday, I provide you 7 bullish stocks which are probable of giving a good momentum. In the last 4 weeks also, I have shared with you more than 28 stocks. If you haven't watched those videos, I request all of you to watch those videos, the videos of 7 bullish stocks which are uploaded on the channel on every Friday or Saturday. You can see the performance of those stocks first, then continue with this video. So in this week also, I have got for you 7 bullish stocks which as per my opinion seem very bullish. In this video, for the people who are watching this video for the very first time, watching a video on our channel for the very first time, in this video, we will be covering 3 things. 1. Why we are selecting this stock. 2. Why we are selecting this stop loss. And 3rd, why we are selecting this target. Right. So it will be a power pack video by the Powerhouse Ideas so that you can gain some knowledge about how to read price action or understand the way we trade. We have been trading this way from a very long time and actually very much profitable in the markets, following a simple procedure, following a simple screening procedure which I am just going to share with you. So in this video, I'll be sharing with you 7 plus 2 stocks. 7 will be the stocks which I think are bullish and 2 will be the stocks which you need to keep in radar or just observe and see how they perform. We will discuss those 2 stocks as well, and we'll also discuss that what you need to keep a check on, and in the 7 stocks we will be discussing in detail. So the very first stock, which is a bullish stock for me, not a observing stock, this is a bullish stock. The name of the stock is Amber. नाउ सबसे पहले लेट अस आंसर दैट वाई दिस स्टॉक. ये स्टॉक हमने क्यों सिलेक्ट किया फॉर अ बुलिश मूव, क्यों लगता है कि इट कैन गिव अ गुड मूव इन द कमिंग डेज. दिस इज द वीकली टाइम फ्रेम ऑफ द चार्ट. On the weekly time frame, when we try to analyze this chart, we can see that there is a kind of a VCP pattern, volatility contraction pattern. मैं आपके लिए ड्रॉ कर रहा हूँ स्क्रीन के ऊपर. एंड जो फर्स्ट टाइमर्स हैं, वी आर मेकिंग वीडियोज़ फ्रॉम दी फोन जस्ट बिकॉज मेरा सिस्टम ठीक नहीं हो पा रहा है एंड आई एम गोइंग फॉर अ न्यू सिस्टम, दैट्स वाई वी आर प्रेफरिंग फोन. So you can see over here that a volatility contraction pattern is being formed in this stock. ठीक है. Another observation which I have in this stock is, let me tell you very clearly, is that this stock forming a kind of a cup and a handle pattern. A kind of a cup and a handle pattern is being formed by the stock. And the stock is now spending some more time near the resistance. Whenever a particular stock, a particular chart spends time near the resistance, there are every chances that it will break that resistance, right? सो अभी ये थोड़ा सा बुलिश लग रहा है यहाँ पे. इट इज स्पेंडिंग टाइम नियर द रेजिस्टेंस एंड देयर इज अ पॉसिबिलिटी दैट वी माइट सी अ ब्रेकआउट ऑफ दिस एरिया. The other important thing over here is that the volume on weekly basis have also increased. From the previous 3 weeks, the volume has continuously been increasing. That is also a positive thing. Now let us move to the next positive thing which we saw that it should be discussed with you all. You can see the volume on the very last day. The volume on the very last day is also very much increased. And let me show it to you clearly after removing all the drawings. जो मैं आपको एक important चीज़ दिखाता हूँ यहाँ पर. And you can see over here the last candle. The last candle came out of the consolidation being done from the last so many days. This was the consolidation area where the stock was consolidating for such a long time. And finally, on the last candle, it came out of that area. This is also one of the positive thing, but nevertheless, it need to come out of that triangle pattern which we discussed on weekly time frame. So a breakout above this triangle pattern can only be a good entry parameter. And not only a breakout, a close above this triangle pattern on daily basis will only be a good entry parameter. The other important thing which we saw is the stock tried to break below this range which I just draw, below this range on the previous trading day. But this wick rejection shows that the stock was not able to close below this, and on the very next day it closed above. So this is the reason why we selected this stock. Now let us move to the concept that what can be the proper stop loss and what can be the proper target. For setting the stop loss, let us go again to the weekly time frame. If for short term traders, the stop loss should be somewhere over here. The reason for saying this is because stock has not been able to break below this range for 4 consecutive weeks. Means this area is working as a strong support. So we will be keeping a stop loss below this area. For medium term to long term traders or you who are willing to hold the stock for 6 months to 1 year, the stop loss will be below this area because this area has been working as a strong support. And this stock has also been taking the support of 50 EMA. So if we are keeping a stop loss over here somewhere, it will be a healthy and a safer stop loss. For the targets, we are not keeping any targets in this stock, but the stock is very fundamentally good, one company, and one can have this in their portfolio. But this is not a trading advice. This is just an analysis which we are doing with you. I'm explaining you live that how to understand the analysis, but this is not a trading advice. I'm having this stock in my portfolio, but it is nowhere a recommendation for any of you. Okay, chalo, let us move to the next stock. The next stock is Aptech. Aptech is a stock which you just need to track. Why I am saying this that you just need to track is, let me explain it to you that why. What we consider positive for tracking it, is the volume which came on the last day. But why we have kept this on a tracking mode? Because the stock has not broken above the previous high. Always remember, whenever a stock is to continue an uptrend, it will break above its previous high, create a new high, create a new low. A signal of an uptrend is this pattern. Whenever a stock starts forming this pattern, then only a stock has started to say continued an uptrend. But the stock has still not broken above the previous high, so it is just in the tracking. If I would be in your place, I would have drawn a channel like this over here, and I would have waited that one day the stock closes above this, and whenever it closes above this on daily basis, I would like to try my hands over this with a good trade with a stop loss below this area and a target of first this area. And if it breaks above this area, then as per Fibonacci or as per your greed, you can set the targets. But this is just to be kept in radar, not a bullish stock. It is giving some signals of a bullish stock, but the trend hasn't changed and we need to trade with the trend. The next stock again is Coromandel. This is also a watch stock. We are not bullish right now. This might come a bit low on Monday even. Okay, lekin why we are keeping this in radar is, as you can see on the weekly time frame, this stock was forming a symmetrical triangle pattern. This trend line over here was working as a support multiple times, and this trend line over here was working as a resistance multiple times. Recently, like 2-3 weeks back, we just got a breakout of this trend line. You can see it very clearly over here. And immediately after the breakout, the stock came back to retest that trend line. And on the next week, we saw a doji candle. You can see a doji candle. You can zoom out your charts and see it very clearly. And after the doji candle, which signified indecision, the next day we saw a bullish candle. Then there were 2 more dojis, and finally the strength or the direction has been decided. But why I am saying that this is a keep on radar stock and not currently bullish, let me explain you the reason. After breaking above those resistance area, the stock gave a big green candle when it break above this resistance. But on the very next day, it has shown a red candle, which shows or which signifies that this stock might come back to retest this area, and then only after a green candle, this stock can be a positive or a bullish stock. So right now, this is a keep on radar stock, which seems to be very bullish, but immediate entry cannot be taken in this stock. So this stock can be kept in your radar. The next stock is Ind Hotel, and believe me, I'm not recommending or giving any kind of tips, but this stock I have taken on the last trading day. The reason for taking this stock, I'll explain you very clearly. First of all, why this stock? This stock has been in a continuous uptrend. right? You can clearly see that on a weekly time frame this stock has been creating higher highs and higher lows, right? Now you can see before this candle or before this area which we are seeing right now, this area, what was the last resistance? This was the last resistance which led to a small fall. You can see when the stock touched this area over here, the stock started falling and consolidating for a while. Now the stock has broken above that area, retested that area on a weekly time frame. It's not a daily time frame, it's a weekly time frame. It's a bigger time frame with bigger confirmations. And after that retest, it has again created a green candle, big green weekly candle with huge volumes. So this was reason number 1 why I took an entry into this stock. Let me explain you reason number 2. So this is the daily time frame. On the daily time frame also, you can see some huge volume accumulations. Obviously, when there is volume accumulation on weekly, some of the days will be having some huge volume. That is but obvious. The reason for selecting is that whenever a stock moves in an uptrend, it creates a higher high and a higher low. This kind of pattern is created by a stock when it's in an uptrend. So we are in this phase, means in this phase, and we are near this resistance which can be seen over here. So I'm anticipating a new high, seeing the overall history of the chart. So this was the reason why I took this stock. Third most important reason, that this stock closed above its closed near to its highs on the last trading day, means there was not much of resistance from the previous high which it created. The stock was able to close near its highs. That means the bullish were fully able to take the control and close above its highs. जहाँ तक वो गए वहाँ पर जाके उन्होंने क्लोजिंग दे दी. ये हुआ इंड होटल. इसमें हम स्टॉप लॉस की बात कर लेते हैं. मैंने क्या स्टॉप लॉस रखा है मैं आपको बता देता हूँ. उससे पहले हम ड्राइंग्स क्लियर करते हैं. The stop loss for me over here will be somewhere over, sorry guys, एक second, हाँ. The stop loss will be somewhere over here below this 50 EMA, because this is the previous low as well. And I have explained to you that whenever a stock is in an uptrend, it creates this kind of pattern. So if the previous low is broken, the pattern might change. And whenever this pattern might change, it can continue a downtrend. So this is a stop loss for me, which is a very safer stop loss. It will be below 50 EMA, point number 1. It will be below the previous low, point number 3. And it will be also below the major resistance, which we also saw on weekly. So this is a strong stop loss जो स्टॉक को नहीं तोड़ना चाहिए, और अगर तोड़ दिया तो इसमें डाउन मूव हमें काफ़ी नीचे तक देखने को मिल सकती है. सो हम इससे निकल जाएंगे इफ़ दिस स्टॉक क्लोजेस बिलो द प्रीवियस लो एरिया. क्लोजेस, नॉट टचेस, क्लोजेस बिलो द प्रीवियस लो एरिया. Let us move to the next stock. The next stock is Max Health. Let me explain you why we selected this stock. Let us go to the weekly time frame first. As you can see, the stock has been in a continuous uptrend. Let me remove the drawings first. Yeah, the stock has been in a continuous uptrend, and after doing a continuous uptrend, this stock has created a base over here. Guys, remember, whenever the stock moves up, whenever any stock, any index move up, there are two types of correction. One is time correction. Time correction means when the price started moving sideways. The second is price correction, when the price start falling. No stock, no index, no currency, no cryptocurrency will move in one direction without a correction. ठीक है? Without a correction, no index, nothing can move in one direction. Correction आनी बहुत ज़रूरी है, चाहे वो time correction है, चाहे वो price correction है. Now in this case, we are witnessing a time correction. The stock has been spending time at the same area. You can see over here, the stock has been spending time at the same area. यहाँ पे ही sideways होने लग गया. It created a base over here. After creating a base over here, there is some huge volume. Who got into the stock? Are the retailers able to create such volume? Answer is no. So there is some big fish which got into the stock. So there are two confirmation parameters. One, a strong base has been created. Second, a strong volume has been generated. Now let us move to the daily time frame and see. But before that, let me clear the drawings first. You can see over here that there is also a breakout of the trend line. ट्रेंड लाइन कुछ इस तरह से है. यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हो ट्रेंड लाइन, आप क्लियरली ड्रॉ कर लेना. After breakout of the trend line, the stock also break above the previous resistance, that is the previous high. Then the stock has been creating some kind of time correction. ठीक है, इसमें दो पॉसिबिलिटीज हो सकती हैं वेरी क्लियरली. अगर जो बहुत ही ज़्यादा शॉर्ट स्टॉप लॉस रखना चाहते हैं, दे शुड वेट फॉर द स्टॉक टू कम बिलो द एरिया इट्स करंटली ट्रेडिंग इन एंड टच दिस रेजिस्टेंस, द प्रीवियस रेजिस्टेंस, एंड देन गिव अ बुलिश सिग्नल. बट जो लोग कहते हैं कि जिनको लगता है कि यहाँ स्टॉक में वॉल्यूम अच्छी है एंड वो इतना बड़ा स्टॉप लॉस ले सकते हैं, देन दे कैन टेक एन एंट्री ओवर है. अगर आप रिस्क कम से कम रखना चाहते हो तो स्टॉक को वेट करना नीचे आने की. बट द स्टॉक इज़ वेरी मच बुलिश राइट नाउ. देयर आर लेस चांसेस कि स्टॉक नीचे आएगा. ठीक है, और अगर नीचे आता है देन यू विल बी गेटिंग द बेस्ट रिस्क टू रिवॉर्ड. द स्टॉप लॉस for the short term traders will be somewhere over here because this was the major resistance and this area should work as a support, because technical analysis में ये कहा जाता है कि when a resistance is broken it starts working as a support. Second stop loss for medium term traders will be somewhere over here because this area has been working as a strong support and जो एक already strong support है उसके नीचे breakout आना मुश्किल है. Target will be first this, and then if it breaks above this area then the target will be open, but the stock is currently very much bullish. Let us move to the next stock. The next stock is Rupa. The reason for selecting this stock, let us move to the weekly time frame first, and before weekly let us also see if there is something on monthly. Yes, there is something on monthly on this chart. Something very interesting is happening in this chart, very much interesting. Try to read the price action. The stock started trading from here, it's a monthly chart, went above over here, went in this area and immediately fall down. But did that stock fall down over here? The answer is no. The stock on monthly basis has been trading in this small range. 100 पॉइंट की रेंज में स्टॉक इतने महीने से टाइम स्पेंड कर रहा है. एंड द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग, द वॉल्यूम. क्या इतनी वॉल्यूम पास में कहीं थी? द आंसर इज नो. समवन इज एक्यूमुलेटिंग द स्टॉक नियर इट्स ऑल टाइम हाई, एंड अगर यहाँ से ब्रेकआउट हुआ देन द ब्रेकआउट कैन बी ह्यूज. सो दिस इज रीजन नंबर 1 फॉर सिलेक्टिंग द स्टॉक. Let us move to the reason number 2 and see it on a weekly time frame, that what the stock shows. As you can see, obviously the stock was having volumes on monthly, so that volume can also be seen on weekly. The stock is spending time near the resistance and a break above this resistance will be the proper entry and the stock can rally just like anything. ठीक है, तो स्टॉक में एक अच्छा मोमेंटम हमें देखने को मिल सकता है स्टॉक के अंदर. मैं ड्राइंग्स क्लियर करके आपको दिखाता हूँ कि व्हाट कैन बी द एंट्री पैरामीटर ऑन द लास्ट ट्रेडिंग डे इटसेल्फ. आप लास्ट ट्रेडिंग डे पे अगर देखोगे देन द वॉल्यूम ऑन दैट डे वाज आल्सो वेरी ह्यूज. Someone is accumulating this stock in huge quantities. So if I would have been in your position, I would have drawn a box over here because this is the price action area which the stock is facing as a resistance. And if the stock closes above this area on daily basis, I'll be interested in taking a partial entry. Partial means 60 to 70% of the quantity I will take. And if the stock started moving up and creates a dip with some bullish signals, I'll be infusing the rest 30% quantity into the stock. But I'm very much positive of the movement which this stock can create just because there is huge accumulation. So let us move to the next stock. The next stock is Sapphire. Let me explain you the reason of taking this stock as a bullish stock. Why I think that this stock can be a bullish stock. To understand this, understand that what this stock has been doing. The targets won't be that big, but right now it is kind of a short trade, you can say, or a just obvious trade. You can see that this area over here was working as a support from a very long time. Like in the month of, wait a second guys, in the month of January, then in the month of February, then in the month of February again, then the month of April. From last 4-5 months this area has been working as a strong support. Now again when the stock reached this area, it consolidated a while, the same which happened in the past, and then gave a breakout. The breakout has already happened. The target shall be this area. Why? Because 2 times the stock has not able to break above this area. So this will be the initial target, and if by chance the stock breaks above this, then the stock can be kept on hold. The stop loss shall be over here. The reason very simple, very logical also, because this stock has not been able to break up below this area. So keeping a stop loss below this area, strong support, will be a safer stop loss. But the range seems to be very bullish. जिसको रेंज ट्रेडिंग करनी है, मीन्स रेंज के नीचे लेके रेंज के ऊपर छोड़ना है, then this is the perfect example of range trading. So this is Sapphire for you. Let us move to the next stock. The next stock for today is Shanti Gear. This is second last stock for the day. Yes, it's a bit late. We could have projected this 2 or days before, but nevertheless, this stock still had some volume in it, still have some steam in it. Overall, the stock has been in an uptrend. It has broken above the all-time high, and you can see the previous time also when it tried to broke above the all-time high, means it was creating an all-time high, there was some huge volume. Now breaking above that again, that all-time high, the stock again have created a huge volume. This stock broke above this area in the last to last trading week. Then, sorry guys, एक second. I don't know, ये default message आते रहते हैं, leave it. So this stock break above this area in the last to last trading week, then created a retest, and now a big weekly candle with some huge volume. So this stock is also very much bullish right now on its all-time high, pumping with volume, and can easily give a return of 5 to 10% at least from here. So if I would have been in your place, what would be mine entry? I would be preferring to take 50% quantity at least on this breakout itself, means over here itself. Then I'll be waiting for a pullback, because no stock, nothing moves in one direction without a pullback. So I'll be waiting for a pullback, then for some bullish signals, maybe again in this area for again a re-entry. So there are chances that the stock comes back in this area and give a re-entry again, but not to miss the train, I'll be entering with 50% quantity. The stop loss shall be below this area, because this area has been working as a support multiple times. So keeping a stop loss below this area will be a safe stop loss for me. And if the market takes the stock below this area and closes below this area, I'll happily be ready to give my stop loss, because market is supreme and we need to follow it. Be rational with the market, be submissive with the market, don't fight with the market. Market is supreme. If the market is giving you profits, take it. If the market is giving you losses, take it. But keep the statistics and the mathematics in mind. If you're having a proper risk to reward ratio, if you're having proper risk management, no one, believe me, no one can stop you from making profits from this market. The next stock and the last stock for today is UBL, United Breweries Limited. I personally feel जितने भी liquor stocks हैं, they are getting the steam. So in this stock, the trading will be very simple. The stock is creating a kind of a flag pattern. अगर ब्रेकआउट आया तो एज पर टेक्निकल एनालिसिस जो फ्लैग का जो पोल है, जितना उसकी लेंथ है उतना ही हमारा ऊपर टारगेट हो जाएगा. The stock has been spending time near its resistance, the trend line resistance, which you can easily see over here. ठीक है. And the good part is the volume is also getting accumulated. Volume accumulation अच्छा हो रहा है स्टॉक के अंदर, काफ़ी अच्छे स्पाइक्स देखने को मिल रहे हैं हमें. सो अगर यहाँ से अगर मैं आपकी जगह पे होता तो I would have drawn a box like this over here, because this is the last resistance and also the trend line resistance. If the stock closes above this box, कहाँ चला गया पता नहीं. If the stock closes above this box, then I'll be preferring to take an entry into the stock. The stop loss shall be below the previous low and the target should be first the all-time high. And if that is broken, because it's a big flag pattern, so I'll be targeting for an ultimate target of the length of the pole of this flag. So initial target will be the all-time high, and then if that breaks above, minimum I'll be targeting for the length of the pole. So these are all my efforts to make you learn, to make you earn from this market. And believe me, before turning off this video, understand, if you are trading with proper risk to reward, if you are trading with proper risk management, proper price action, then no one in this market can stop you from making profits with this only simple method of following price action. अब लाइक करे बिना अगर आप वीडियो को गए तो पाप लगेगा, बिकॉज आई हैव बीन मेकिंग सो मच एफर्ट्स टू टीच यू all of you who are following this channel, and I want all of you, everyone, yes, you are listening to this video, to be successful and profitable. I'll see you guys in the next video. Till that time, take care. Jai Hind. Bye bye.